Good morning, guys. I'm back again with another Blu-ray and DVD update. But first, let's get something to drink. No Diet Coke!
Nesquik, you'll have to do.
Yum. Alright, guys, I am back again with another video. Got a lot of stuff to show you this time. We've got a bunch of Blu-rays, some DVDs, we got some Steelbooks, some Criterion stuff, some Disney stuff, some Shout Factory stuff. Lots of stuff to go through, so I'm going to jump right into it. First thing I picked up was the 3D collector's edition of Captain America Civil War. Found a really good price on this, so I ended up picking up two of them. Couldn't pass it up. Probably be doing a giveaway with one of these soon, so keep an eye out for that. Next up is X-Men Apocalypse. I really enjoyed this. I'm a sucker for X-Men, so I liked it. It wasn't as good as Days of Future Past, but it was still good. I enjoyed it. Alright, next up is Deadpool. Finally picked up Deadpool. I was expecting the normal slipcase, the one that matches this artwork, but Best Buy sent me this one instead. I actually kind of like it. It's the Christmas version. It's got Deadpool wearing a Santa hat and a Christmas sweater, so that was pretty cool. If you haven't seen this, it's hilarious, awesome comic book movie. Even though he says it's not, or an action movie. Anyway, it's hilarious. Some X-Men make an appearance. Good movie. If you haven't seen it, everyone's seen it though. Great stuff. Next up is, finally picked up Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, the Ultimate Edition. I look forward to watching the Ultimate Edition. Hopefully that's a little bit better than the theatrical version. Look forward to watching that. Next up is the DC original animated movie. It's the Batman The Killing Joke. Mark Hamill reprises his role as the Joker in this. You may remember him from Batman the Animated Series in the 90s. He did the Joker for that. Comes back and does the Joker in this. I enjoyed this. It wasn't as good as I was hoping it was going to be. If you've read the graphic novel, you'll notice there's some stuff in here that's not in there. They added a different segment, so that's interesting. But definitely worth checking out. Also picked up Independence Day, Resurgence. Also picked up Star Trek Beyond, the third installment in the new Star Trek series. I enjoyed it. Cool entry. Not as good as the first two in my opinion, but still enjoyed it. Picked up the Disney Pixar Finding Dory, sequel to Finding Nemo. I have yet to watch this. Heard mixed reviews. Also picked up Disney's The Jungle Book, the live-action movie. I haven't seen this since I saw it in the theater. I enjoyed it in the theater. The visuals were great. It was also nice because it was a huge theater in Orlando and there were only 2 other people in it, so it was nice watching. It was almost like having the theater to ourselves. Next up, I was looking at movies and I felt like my Scorsese section was a little light, so I picked up some stuff that I didn't have. Goodfellas. This is the anniversary edition. I haven't watched Goodfellas in a long time. I'm looking forward to watching this. They're saying it was remastered in 4K for a new stunning 1080p transfer. We'll see how good it looks. Another Scorsese movie, The Wolf of Wall Street. Great movie. Also picked up Casino. Everybody loves Casino. Great film. Also picked up Steven Spielberg's 20th anniversary, Schindler's List. Great Liam Neeson movie. Also picked up Once Upon a Time in America. Saw a ton of Robert De Niro in this update. Also picked up Kevin Costner in Dances with Wolves. Picked up some Tarantino movies as well that I was missing. The Hateful Eight. I love the visuals in this. I love the way it was shot, the film it was shot. And they're doing Rogue One the same way, so I'm looking forward to that just to see it. Another Tarantino movie, Jackie Brown. I love Chris Tucker in this movie. Hey, and what do you know? Another Robert De Niro movie, The Deer Hunter. And next up is Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hardy in The Revenant. This is a fantastic film. Really enjoyed it. Beautiful, beautiful cinematography. just love watching this movie. It's so good. It's so well acted by Leo as well. Another really good movie that I enjoyed is The Martian, starring Matt Damon. Fantastic movie. If you haven't seen either of those last two, definitely check them out. Another one of my favorites that I always think that I have, and then I never can find it when I'm going to look for it, is Leon the Professional. Fantastic movie. Absolutely love this movie. For some reason, I always group this, when I think of this, I always think of Pulp Fiction. They're kind of the same, but then they're not at all. Like, I think it may have just been that I saw these around the same time, so I always think of it that way, but fantastic movie. If you haven't seen Leon the Professional, it's great. Gary Oldman, Natalie Portman, everyone does such a fantastic job in this. Alright, next up, before I jump into all the rest of those Blu-rays, I'm going to do some Steelbooks for you guys. I've got one that is wrestling related. We'll get that one out of the way first. The Scott Hall story, Living on the Razor's Edge. I think this artwork may be my favorite. I love Scott Hall when he was in NWO, in WCW in the mid to late 90s. But it's got Razor Ramon, his Razor Ramon character there, with the toothpick in his mouth. So got Razor Ramon on the back. Love that artwork. Next up, we'll run through these quick. I got them when they were on sale. I forget how much they were, but they were on sale at Best Buy recently. So I picked up yet another copy of Star Wars. Picked up Star Wars: The Phantom Menace Steelbook. Attack of the Clones with Yoda. I was a little curious of why they selected the covers that they did with the characters. I thought they could have done a better job, but Revenge of the Sith has Grievous on the front. Also have A New Hope with Darth Vader on the front. Empire Strikes Back with the Stormtrooper. And then Return of the Jedi with the Emperor. And then one last Steelbook I have in this update is Transformers, the animated movie, the 30th anniversary. I was really excited to pick this up. Love this movie. Also, I couldn't decide. I wanted the Steelbook. I ended up getting both of them. This was out of print for so long, and it was so expensive on DVD that I feel like I'm just, I have like anxiety of, oh my god, if it goes out of print again, I just need both copies just in case. But I picked up the Steelbook copy, and then I picked up the slipcase copy as well from Shout Factory. Thank you, Shout Factory, for another cool release. Alright. It's funny, after showing you all those movies, I feel kind of funny showing you Pixels. Those are all such great movies. And then we're going to Pixels. I've heard terrible things about this, as with most Adam Sandler stuff as of recently. But I'm a big fan of like retro video games, and I love Donkey Kong and Pac-Man and stuff like that. So this is related to that. So I wanted to give it a shot. Next up, got a few comedy movies. Seth Rogen in The Interview. James Franco Interview. I didn't like this when I saw it in theaters. This Is the End. I love all these comedians. They're all hilarious. Jonah Hill, Seth Rogen. Everybody's hilarious. But I really wish there was more Michael Cera. I love Michael Cera. I wish he would do more stuff. But I didn't like this in theaters. But I'm going to give it another shot. Hopefully I'll enjoy it. I should be in the stack it, but we just watched it. The Christmas movie, Seth Rogen. This is the End. The Night Before. That was pretty good too. That was funny. It had Joseph Gordon-Levitt. And then one last comedy movie. We've got Talladega Nights. Always love Will Ferrell. Alright. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Fantastic movie. I loved it. Haven't watched it in many years though. Next up, really good movie. Whiplash. It's got Miles Teller and J.K. Simmons. I believe he, I'm pretty sure he won lots of awards for his performance in this. Don't remember which ones. I always want to call him, every time I see him, I want to call him Juno's dad. A lot of people, when they see him, they think of Spider-Man. I always think I just call him Juno's dad. But it's J.K. Simmons. Great movie. Also picked up Star Wars Rebels Season 1. Sam Rockwell in Moon. Thought this was really good and enjoyed it thoroughly. Picked up the Pop Art series cover of Big Lebowski. Love the Big Lebowski. With the World Series that just passed not too long ago, it got me into a baseball movie mood. So I was watching all my baseball favorites like Sandlot, Rookie of the Year, all that type of stuff. It made me want to watch Major League. Have it on DVD, but I wanted to upgrade to Blu-ray. And then when you watch that, you have to watch the sequel. And it's not out on Blu-ray yet, so I had to pick up a used copy of the Snapper case version of Major League 2. Also picked up The Goonies on Blu-ray. This is one of those ones that I should have upgraded a long time ago, just never got around to it. Fantastic, awesome movie. Picked up Chappie. Yet to see this. I enjoyed District 9, but so I'm hoping this is decent. Krampus. This is a holiday horror movie. It's a Christmas holiday horror movie. Don't watch the trailer. Just go in and watch it. I enjoyed this movie. Original concept, or original for me at least. Haven't seen anything like this before. Really enjoyed it. It was goofy at parts and interesting in other parts. It's a cool little movie. The third Divergent movie. I picked up the box set that has Bad Boys 1 and 2. At FYE, found it on sale for $10, is The Iron Giant. I've been waiting for the Blu-ray release of this for a while. Not only do you get the excellent copy of The Iron Giant, fantastic movie, but there's also a really good documentary on here. So if you like The Iron Giant, definitely check it out. If you haven't seen it and you're an animation fan, this was one of those sleeper titles for a while. It's really caught on, I think, now, but definitely worth checking out. Next up is Stephen King's It. I was very curious when they released this, if they were using this art and if they were going to leave the VHS cover in the background, but they didn't. They photoshopped it out and it's just a black background. But I believe on the disc, if you put the disc in, it's the same picture, but you can see the VHS cover in the background. So it's so funny. 2016, so many years later, still using that same artwork with a VHS in the background. Who would have thought? You'd think they'd be making money off of it or something, but I guess not. Next up is George Lucas's American Graffiti. Fantastic, fantastic movie. Next up is one of the first few Guillermo del Toro movies that I got this time. This is Crimson Peak. Thought this was a really good movie. It's very beautifully shot. It's just stunning imagery. Guillermo del Toro, he put so much effort and work into like the cinematography and just everything in the background, and there's hallways. And you watch the special features and he talks about the different layers of the hallways and how they signify different things related to the characters and the house, and there's just so much cool stuff with it. Definitely worth checking out Crimson Peak. Another movie of his that I watched for the first time recently was Pan's Labyrinth. This is the Criterion release. As with all Criterions, they look fantastic. It's got a ton of bonus features. Fantastic movie. Another Guillermo del Toro movie, The Devil's Backbone. I've yet to watch this one. Look forward to checking that out. Also recently watched Kronos of his. That was good as well. Next up, another Criterion movie of Heaven's Gate. Heard lots of stories about this, how it's a super long movie and it bankrupted the studio and all kinds of things like that. I really look forward to sitting down and watching all of this. Just learning as much as I can about this and making a decision for myself how I like it. But really looking forward to checking that out. Next up is Akira Kurosawa's The Hidden Fortress Criterion. Alright. And then the wife and I were on a little bit of a Tom Hanks kick. So we picked up some Tom Hanks stuff that we didn't have. Disney's Saving Mr. Banks. Really good. The slipcase is somewhere around here. Also picked up The Money Pit. Tom Hanks again in The Burbs. The Burbs. Also That Thing You Do. Love this movie. And then a more recent one, Captain Phillips. I've yet to see that. And when we were on the Tom Hanks thing, we picked up some DVDs that aren't out on Blu-ray yet, or at least that I know of. Splash. Gotta love Splash. Joe versus the Volcano. And Turner and Hooch. So a ton of Tom Hanks stuff. Next up, before I get into the rest of the Blu-rays and then the complete series and seasons, I wanted to show this set. This is the big ticket version of 30 for ESPN 30 for 30. If you've seen any of the 30 for 30 films, most of them are really well done. This is like a complete set of everything that came out up until like 6 months ago. This has, I believe, 82 films. They're all on Blu-ray. This set, I believe it's still on sale. I got this set for $30, which you can't beat that. You open it up. Yeah, let's see. 20 discs with 81. There's 81 films, and there's some shorts that are after that. But you've got everything. You've got Catching Hell, the Steve Bartman story with the Chicago Cubs. You've got Jordan Rides the Bus. You've got the Detroit Pistons Bad Boys documentary. There's all kinds of stuff. Blu-ray after Blu-ray after Blu-ray with really fantastic documentaries on here. Really worth checking out. If you like those, definitely check it out. ESPN's 30 for 30. If you don't like the packaging with the big ticket, they have the single season sets as well. Definitely worth checking out. Definitely worth your money. Alright, next up, I ordered all of these a few days ago. I got onto a kick. They all didn't arrive. This is like 9 or so of them, and there should be 3 or 4 more that are coming. They're not here yet, but I wanted to go ahead and do this update. I showed you the packages a little while ago, but I went ahead and opened them. They're all Godzilla movies. So first up, we have Godzilla versus the Smog Monster. I'll run through these quickly. Godzilla from 1984, The Return of Godzilla. Got King Kong versus Godzilla. Then we've got a bunch of the 2-packs as well. Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla and Godzilla versus Space Godzilla. They're so cheesy. I'm so excited to try to watch these. Godzilla 2000. This one doesn't have Godzilla in it, but it's related. It's Rebirth of Mothra 1, 2, and 3. This one's not really a Godzilla movie, but it's got the Godzilla name. The Matthew Broderick one from, I believe, 1998. Next up is Godzilla Tokyo SOS and Godzilla Final Wars. Then we have Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah, I believe. Giant Monsters All Out Attack and Godzilla against Mechagodzilla. Then we've got Godzilla versus Destroya and Godzilla versus Mechaguirus. Then Godzilla versus King Ghidorah, and then Godzilla versus Godzilla and Mothra, The Battle for Earth. And the last Godzilla movie for this time, Godzilla versus Biollante. Alright, make some room over here. Alright, next up, really excited about these. I'll go ahead and show you them, and then I'll talk to you a little about them. Super Sentai Die Ranger, and then Super Sentai Kaku Ranger. If these look familiar or sound familiar at all, if you're a Power Rangers fan, grew up with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, oh man, the back case of this is cracked. That's terrible. That sucks. Okay, gotta get a replacement for that. Shoot. Anyway, if you grew up watching Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and you wondered why half of the scenes looked like they were shot at the park down the road from your house, and then half the scenes looked like they were shot on the other side of the world, it's because they were. There was Japanese footage, and there's Japanese shows, and that's what these are. And the Saban, they took the English actors and some footage that was shot here and mixed it with this Super Sentai to make it look like, to make it one show. Well, there's another one of these sets that I already have on the shelf, so I'm not showing in this DVD update, but it's Zeo Ranger, and that was the first season of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And I'm not an expert on this. I'll try to put some links below if you're really into this. Check it out. There's some guys that really know what they're talking about with it. But when they change the Megazords and they go to the Thunder Megazord and the White Ranger and all that, that's from this series. It's from a totally different series. So, and they end up editing everything together to make it look like they're fighting the different people. It's really interesting. I'll put those links below, but definitely check these out. Shout Factory put these out. Zeo Rangers is the first one if you're a fan of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Then this is Die Ranger, and then later on stuff is Kaku Ranger. Definitely worth checking out. Next up is Back to the Future, the complete animated series. I love the Back to the Future trilogy. It's nice having something a little extra. You want a fourth movie, you want something else. Well, at least we have the animated series. Some of them are really bad, some of them are good. Doc Brown makes lots of appearances. It's cool seeing extra stuff in him and that character. Also picked up Jetsons Season 2, Volume 1. And Star Trek, the complete original series. Alright guys, we're on to the last stack. Thanks for sticking around this long. We've got some Mobile Suit Gundam Z. We've got Mobile Suit Gundam Zeta, Volume 1 and 2. Then we've got Mobile Suit Gundam Collection 1. Mobile Suit Gundam Collection 2. Went ahead and picked up one of the last Nickelodeon shows that I needed, which was Real Monsters. And this is another Nickelodeon show, and I've waited and waited and waited, excuse me, because I was waiting for a real release of this, a pressed release. Maybe Shout Factory would get the rights or someone else, but they haven't yet. And so the only way you can get it is the Amazon print on demand. So I wanted to give one of them a shot, so I picked up Season 1 of Rugrats. And there's a ton of seasons of these, like 9, I think. I may be wrong with that, but so I wanted to give this a shot, make sure I like the quality and stuff, and then I'll try to pick up the rest. And I know as soon as I complete it, they'll Shout Factory or somebody will get the rights, but probably not. Anyway, the last thing is going to be the 20-disc collection of Robotech, the complete set. Alright guys, thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate it. I'll have another video coming up soon that I'm excited about. Thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate it.